Hi, this is Steve Garland, head wrestling coach at the University of Virginia, giving my Virginia Wrestling Weekly video newsletter. I wanted to update you guys. I promised you last week that I would follow up on my first video of the year, the 2015-16 season, and give you guys an update on what we've been up to and lay out the vision that we have for the program for this year. What I said in the last video is that every Sunday before the first day of school, we go over what I call the vision for the program, the battle cry of the season, something different each year. We've no retreat, no reserve, no regrets. You guys have heard. we had good to great. We've got a lot of different visions, and this year, what I wanted to hit on with our team is a very simple concept, and I wanted to share that with you guys today to give you guys an inside look at what I talked about Sunday with our program. The very simple concept was we're going to have a standard in this program where everything matters, where all the little things have to be done right. We're going to be absolutely fixed on the details because we believe in all our hearts, I believe with all my heart, that when you do the little things right, the big things will come. That when you are faithful with the little things, you will be blessed with big things. I want our guys to understand that no job is too small and that all the little things in their life matter. And I want them to, for a couple of reasons. One, I want them to understand that by doing that, they're putting themselves in the best position to excel on the mat and off the mat. It sounds so obvious, but you'd be amazed at how many 18 to 22-year-old males don't get that piece of it. So I gave them that first, just most obvious, if you want to win, this is what the best guys do. If you want to be successful in life, if you want to make an impact, if you want to achieve high goals, these lofty objectives that we set, this is what the common thread is with the men and women that accomplish these things. This is what they do. The second, a little bit deeper reason. I told them, I said, guys, when you do this over a long period of time, okay, the third pillar of our program is consistency, and that word consistency can be switched out with the word lifestyle. When you do these positive life habits, attending to the details day in, day out, week in, week out, you develop a series of positive life habits that develops into a lifestyle. Okay, so by doing this, it's a much bigger picture than what you look like in your singlet, how many national titles you win. It's a much bigger deal. By focus on these things now and doing it over a long period of time, you're actually developing mental toughness, discipline, consistency, and an overall commitment to excellence. This then translates over and carries over to the rest of your life. I mean that with all my heart. I wasn't trying to be dramatic when I delivered that message. I said, guys, I've seen it. I've seen it because I've been in this profession for 15 years, and when I first started, I had none of those things down. And I developed them over time, but it was everything in life is habit forming. It became, first of all, identifying that this is an important area in my life I need to improve. Then it improved getting a plan in place to stick to it. Then it included, okay, I'm going to do this every day for a long period of time. Then it just became who I was. You know, Coach Lean and some of the other guys I've worked with were like, man, you always do a good job of balancing, juggling the balls, keeping the ship afloat, attending the details. That didn't happen overnight. It came over a very long period of time. And the example I used with our team, I said, guys, when I started at Cornell University, Rob Cole, one of the reasons why he loved me and one of the reasons why he helped me and built me up and helped me in my career is because no job was too big, no job was too small. He would walk into the wrestling complex and I'd be vacuuming out the bleachers with a shop vac. Before practice, me and some of the other guys would be scrubbing the mat tape off the corners of the mats because we knew that before practice every day that mat had to be clean for Rob. Rob could send me anywhere in the country on a home visit, and I would fly out in a New York minute because I wanted to honor him and serve him and make the program better. He knew that if he gave me a project, Steve, frame every picture, get every picture framed from 1952 to 2002, get it done. He knew that I would, without blinking an eye, I would go get it done for him. That's the type of mentality it takes when these guys get out of school. I looked them right in the eye and I said, guys, if you want to get hired, if you think for 1 second that just having a Virginia degree is going to get you wherever you want to be in life, you're crazy. You've got to have these intangibles. The best of the best companies, the best people, the best organizations want guys like that. They want to hire that guy. And the examples I used are Nick Nelson, who's one of the best examples I can tell you about attending the details. Matt Schneider, who's now finishing medical school at GW. John Fauci, who's now finishing PA school at Yale. Matt Nelson, who's working at Nike. These are all guys that embrace these concepts, embrace these life habits, and now they are where they are. And so I said, guys, here's the thing I want to end with. And I read from a parable in the Bible that I love. It's called the Parable of the Talents, and it's in Matthew chapter 25. And it talks, this is Jesus speaking to the people he was teaching. He spoke to them in parables, and he's saying, think about this. He said, a master gave his servants one 5 talents, one 2 talents, and one just 1 talent. The first servant with the 5 talents, he went out and doubled it. He worked, he doubled his master's money, and his master said, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with little things. Now I will put you in charge of many things. The next guy who had 2 talents, he went and doubled his money. He did everything right. He comes back to the master, and he gets honored again. The last servant did nothing. Out of fear and laziness, he buries the money. He does nothing with it. He just played it safe. He didn't max out on the gifts and talents he'd been given. He goes back to the servant, and he gives him the 1 talent. And he gets the smackdown. And when I told the guys, I said, this is a very obvious, right, analogy back to you guys. What are you doing with the gifts and talents you've been given? You guys have to answer to that. You have to answer for what you've done with what you've been blessed with. And did you bury your talent, or did you max out on it like these other 2 guys? What did you do with it? Are you burying your talent because of fear, because of laziness, because of apathy, because of whatever else is going on in your life? Or are you thinking about every day, how can I be the best I can be? How can I max out on everything I've been given and make the most of every opportunity? And that was the message for our team. And I pray and hope that that's going to be what's going to carry on throughout the course of the season and beyond to the rest of our lives.